Are you ready?
Good morning. It's time for the KIZN 530 Club with Alana and Chris.
It is Tuesday, April 6th. Good morning to you. Good morning, Chris.
Hi, Alana. Happy Tuesday.
Did you watch any of the basketball game last night?
I turned it on for a second and was like, oh, okay, and then forgot.
Then you're like, oh, Gonzaga's going to lose, so.
I looked at it, and it looked pretty much like Gonzaga was going to lose.
Yeah, and they did. They did lose last night. But, you know, one of the things, I was looking, I was rooting for Gonzaga.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
I always root for Gonzaga. I don't know why.
Because they're fun to watch.
They are fun to watch. Yeah, I guess that could be it. But I thought one of the coolest things about that game last night, the National Anthem, was so cool.
I didn't see it.
They had all first responders from the Indianapolis area. So they had like a fire chief. They had a social worker from a hospital. They had a teacher, a police officer, a doctor. And they were all standing there and they sang together, but then each person took a separate part of it, took one line.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a really interesting way to do the National Anthem.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
That's great.
Just loved it because you saw the pride on their faces as soon as they finished singing their line, like, whew, glad that part's over.
I didn't mess it up.
Could you imagine how nerve-wracking that would be?
It would be, it'd probably be, as a singer, one of the most nerve-wracking, difficult things to sing on that stage. I don't
even know how you would keep your... I mean, knowing that so many people are watching the game, so many people are watching this part, and then knowing it's also all on video.
It's all on video. It's all documented. The internet, Twitter will have something to say about it. I'll tell you this. I am 41 years old. Mm-hmm. Have been, aware of and singing the National Anthem pretty much, most of those years.
Right.
I couldn't tell you I know all the words. I'm not sure, I sing words, but you know how, you sing along with some of the songs and you there's a word or two there that may or may not have been completely made up by you, but that sounds right.
Like when you sing Old Dominion one-man band and you say one-man,
well, I don't want to be a one-man clam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that?
I mean, I know that's not right, but
No, yeah, you sing the wrong words.
This word was ramparts. I don't know. Is that actually?
What's a rampart?
What's a rampart? Did I just make that up? Is it a raptor? I don't know, but it would be so. You would want to make sure that you knew every single word. You had and then the notes, hitting the notes. So much pressure.
There's a lot going on. It's a little bit like tapping your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. You got to remember the words. You got to remember the melody. It's very difficult to do.
Yeah,
so
you got to
kudos
have the right
to them.
reverence.
Oh yeah,
and respect on your face.
Because if you don't, eaten alive.
I'm glad they don't ask us to sing anything like that.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Also, we can't sing.
Very good reason why. Yeah.
You can sing a little bit better than I can.
Well,
a lot better.
We're both. By the way, speaking of ceremonial before game events, should anyone ever ask us to throw out a first pitch? I cannot do it. You're going to have to be the one to do that. Can you take that for the team?
I can do that. I can do that. But throwing out the first pitch is also very scary.
Yeah.
I did it last year, 2 years ago for the Hawks. And you think, this is no big deal.
Yeah. I will not do it.
When those two little leaguers in front of me, put it right down the strike zone. And I'm like, I've been playing, ball my entire life. I should be able to do this.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Because you don't want to Fauci it. Remember when he threw out that first pitch?
Fauci, 50 Cent? 50 Cent did a bad one? No, I would mess it up.
I think
really
you either have to own it completely that you messed it up and, really just mess it up. Or not do it at all.
I can't do it. So
not do it at all.
Just know that's where we stand there.
How was the day yesterday?
It was really fine. I was unhappy with the weather. I'm like, come on, man. I just remembered the weekend too fondly, and so the weather was not great. We did last night. My daughter Eve, she's 8. She and I played her first ever game of Clue.
Ooh, how'd that go?
We got Clue and Sorry.
Ooh, okay.
Whole family played Sorry over the weekend, and she did very, very well. I won. There's a new character, by the way, Dr. Orchid. So it was Dr. Orchid in the dining room with the dagger. But she knew it was Dr. Orchid, and she knew that it was the dagger She just didn't. I figured out it was the dining room before she did.
Gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played the game Clue.
It's a murder mystery, Alana.
It seems right up my alley.
It's a murder mystery. You should play. I haven't played since I was a very little kid.
I like you're saying it, like I know the pop culture references.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
In the library with the candlestick.
That's the things. Those are things.
Those are all things.
Uh-huh.
But I don't actually know how we get to that point. How do we know that there's a murder to begin with?
Well, it's the whole premise. Mr. Body.
Mr. Body?
Yeah, I believe you're in his mansion. All these guests are in his mansion.
Okay.
Mr. Body. He ends up dead. So you got to figure out who did it. Who done it?
Who done it?
Who done it?
I think there's a movie, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
It's
maybe.
pretty good.
It's all these weird little games. What my parents for Easter sent Addison Crazy Eights.
I like Crazy Eights.
Haven't played.
It's kind of like Uno, I think.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I do like Uno. No, that's one game I can get behind. The other one that I've been actually trying to teach myself to play with Addison is Dominoes.
Well,
Another fun game.
Yeah, Dominoes. There's a lot of counting. Isn't there counting that's involved with Dominoes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too much math.
A lot of math. And then we recently got into cribbage.
You have been telling me about cribbage, which sounds incredibly complicated.
I love the cribbage.
It sounds so complicated.
Why am I 90? But it's great. There's a lot of math involved with that, which I think that you would have a little trouble with.
I would.
If I don't have trouble with it, you wouldn't have trouble with it. But cribbage, because it's like you want to have a good game, a good card game that you can play.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this is something that should sustain through your, 90s, presumably, right?
You want to and a good grown-up card game, not Uno, not Crazy Eights.
Right, where I want to sit down and have a scotch and play cribbage.
And play
with
cribbage.
a stogie. I don't want to smoke a stogie.
Yeah.
But just the thought that I could.
Is it along the lines of bridge? Is it in the same,
I don't know what bridge is.
I don't either.
I don't know what bridge is. Cribbage is a lot of counting.
Okay.
And little pieces that could get lost, which that's the part that I don't understand. That's the part well into my 90s. I already have arthritis in my hands. There's no way in my 90s I'm going to be able to pick up these little pieces, these little pegs to move them. But whatever, it's fine. You should really pick up cribbage. And today at 6, we're going to talk about toast. It's great.
When did we get old?
I don't know.
We used to be young and cool.
Now we talk about cribbage.
You know,
it's cool.
Cribbage and the complaining about the weather. It was too windy yesterday.
Oh, my knee told me that it was raining.
Arthritis acting up.
$25 to Grit 2C in downtown Caldwell. Coming up for you at 7:30. Better than Alana KIZN Country. Thanks to Katie and Wyatt and Star. You are now leading 22-21.
I love it.
That's what the scoreboard reads. So your chance to increase that lead at 7:30. All right, old man, you ready?
Hey, well, I guess I remember when he was at the Hootie and the Blowfishes. Remember him back in the 90s, Darius Rucker? Biz and Sunshine. Here we go now.
Well, I ain't